All right, Shalom. I'd like to start out by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakak Wadash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, double honors to our elder apostle as well, her one one Yashar Allah down here in the Lions Den camp. Salutations to the Arkham that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Knox on by Yashar Allah from the Lions Den and Yashar Allah camp, and this is another Lions Den news and prophecy. And you know how we do, so here we go. This is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right. And there's a couple things that happened today that happened over the weekend that were significant to these upcoming prophecies. You have one. This article right here says U.S. launches strikes on Venezuela, hitting big facility. Trump announces in first direct hit on the spot Maduro's territory. Right. So now, first they were seizing tankers and blowing up ships. Now they've done a direct attack on Venezuelan soil. So basically, Venezuela is kind of like Venezuela and the United States are at war. But here's the kicker. There's another article I seen come through that apparently allegedly Ukraine tried to assassinate Vladimir Putin by trying to they sent like 90 drone strikes to his house, but they were all intercepted by the defense system, and Russia's pissed off. Russia said this will not be taken lightly, and they plan to do a bombardment on Kiev, and that's where Vladimir Zelensky is at, allegedly. So now apparently he's looking for security from the United States um, to help him in this situation because they're denying that they did it, but Russia's like, yeah, whatever. Whether you did it or you didn't do it, we finna retaliate. Allegedly, that's what's gonna happen. So who knows? We'll see in the next couple of days what's actually gonna happen. But this is this is beautiful. Let's get this article a little bit. It said Donald Trump has said in the U.S. hit a big facility in Venezuela last week in the president's first direct strike in the territory. In a radio interview, Trump said the move came as part of America's campaign against a Latin American country, but gave no details. It says we just knocked out. I don't know if you read or saw. They have a big plant or a big facility where the ships come from. Trump told John Katz, the major Republican donor whose radio shows airs on WABC. So he added 2 nights ago he knocked that out. So we hit them very hard. And he's talking very prideful, man. It says the shot claims was made during a discussion about the American president's ongoing campaign against Venezuela and its dictator Nicolas Maduro. See how they try to paint a narrative of him being a dictator? Like they've been doing this stuff since he came into office 2016. They're saying that he stole the election. The people are clearly for Maduro, right? But it's the United States. And they're trying to say the people are suffering in Venezuela because of Maduro. No, it's because the United States messing their economy up, man. You see that? They're direct. He said just last week. He said it'd be a good idea for him to go ahead and just gracefully bow out and step down, because and if he doesn't, then he won't. Basically, say he won't see another Christmas or something like that. Trump said allegedly. It says the military officials said they had no information to share, and a central intelligence agency declined to comment to the New York Times reports. The Venezuelan government has not reported the attack. It remains unclear what plant or facility the president was referring to or where it is located. One U.S. official said Trump was describing a drug facility but refused to add any detail, CNN reports. The alleged strike would be America's first attack on Venezuelan land after weeks of threats. See that? He was threatening and puffing up at everybody. It says it says U.S. officials previously said targets could include drug production facilities or or known trafficking routes. It says um, the claim comes weeks after America substantially seized an oil tanker off Venezuela's shores. It says the Marine string hit a tanker reporting holding 1.1 million barrels of oil. Damn. Which this was the first time the U.S. interrupted Venezuela's oil flow and the first target not directly related to the drug trade. None of them were related to any drug trade because they don't have any evidence of it. Not for what they blew up. Not they don't have evidence of anything. You see that? It says earlier this month, Trump ramped up threats of military action against Venezuela, vowing to start with ground attacks. The threat came as the White House faced mounting allegations that a deadly September 2nd strike on a suspended drug running boat amounted to a war crime. All right, it says, yeah, so that was it. It says, so basically, see how they moving, man? They moving like they, that's how this Esau moves, bro. He feels justified to do whatever it is that they want to do, man. All right. This is let's get a couple scriptures on that. It's Psalm 49:6. It says, they that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they're playing the hand of God, thinking that they can do whatever it is they want to do, but they can't redeem themselves from the ditch that they're digging for themselves. It says, for the redemption of their souls is precious, and it cease forever. He that should he that should still live forever and see not that he should live forever and see not corruption. That's what he thinks, right? But um, that only is going to be granted to the children of Israel, man. It says, for he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fools. All right. It says, and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. that was I was reading Ecclesiastes, and that was one of the things that Solomon was talking about as being vanities among all vanities. So basically, the conclusion is obey Yahweh and keep His commandments, because this is the duty of all men. But they're not designed or equipped to be able to do that. So they're going to live law. This is a lawless nation. All right. It says, verse 11 says, their inward thoughts is that their houses should continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Right. That's what Esau's doing. You know. Hold on one second. But they think that they're going to continue on and on and on and on with what they're doing in the earth. But Yahweh Shem Shai has another thought. It says, just Job 14:5. It says, seeing that his days are numbered, are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed, see that? Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass, man. See that? So Yahweh Shem Shai has appointed the bounds that he cannot pass. See that? So going back to Psalm 49 and 11, it says, their inward thoughts is that their houses should continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perishes. Right. See that? This their way is their folly, yet their prosperity approve their saying, Selah. See that? Like because of what the ill-gotten gain that Babylon has got through through his acts in the earth, right? Esau's acts in the earth, he's justified for that because of how he became wealthy on it. You see that? But you know, matter of fact, look, yeah, how about Shimon? So I got another thought coming. Let me see. What is it? Was it 27 or 28? All right. Um. Yeah. Is it 28? Okay. This is Ezekiel 28 and 3. This is talk about Tyrus and Zidon. Prince of Tyrus and Zidon, but it can apply to Esau today, Babylon. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches." See that? And has gotten gold and silver unto thy treasures. By thy great wisdom, by thy traffic, hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. See that? So basically, because of their gain, right? Because of their gain, let's go back to it real quick. Um, Psalms 49 and 13, it says, this is their folly, yet their prosperity approved their sayings. Right. Because of the gain that they got, you know what I'm saying? Um, they approve the acts that they do to get it. But Yahweh Shimon Shai has a something else in mind. It says, Ezekiel 28 and 6, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. See that? That's them being cut off, being brought back down to confusion. It said, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that were slain in the midst of the sea. See that? Wilt thou yet say before him that slayed thee, I am a God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. See that? Thou shalt die the deaths of uncircumcision by the hands of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord. Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. See that? So that's the destiny of Babylon the Great, man. Thus saith Yahweh by Shema Shai. There's no allegedly behind that. So this is they don't understand that their acts that they're reaping in the earth is really a trap against them, being set up by the King of Terrors, Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Read the other article about the alleged assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin. That's two heavy things because you have Russia and China that said that they would come to the defense and aid of Venezuela. Then you have if Russia finds out that America had anything to do with that alleged assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin, Babylon's gonna have to have hell to pay. All right, Lord willing, this lesson to edify and serve this purpose for the hope elect, the ones who truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. With that, I'd like to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harikak Wadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, double honors to our elder apostles as well, the Heron, Bar Yasha, all down here in the lines to camp. Salutations to the argument of pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.